Hey everybody, Cypher here, and while we're waiting for Warlocks to be able to use their new spell, I figured I'll show you their talents in the meantime. So, alright, first row, this is all about your heals, and there's some interesting things in here. I'll show you the first one. It's called Dark Regeneration. It'll give you 50% of your HP, and it'll increase your healing while it's going on. It actually has the old Soul Harvest graphic, except you don't have to channel it. It'll just keep going while you can run around doing whatever you're doing. So there it is. And it lasts 20 seconds. Pretty simple. Nothing too special, but I figured I'd show you, because Soul Harvest isn't a part of the spellbook anymore. So it freed up that. Soul Leech, this spell you know, it works with Shadow Bolt, Soul Fire, and Incinerate, as well as Malfuric Grasp. And then the last one, which is really cool, is Harvest Life. This is going to make your Drain Life basically AoE cleave anything in the area that's of your Drain Life. So I'll show you on these dummies. Boom, hitting all 4 of them, and it's healing me for a pretty decent chunk. And as Affliction, you can actually Soul Burn, and then use that, and it increases it by like 400% or something. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's a pretty good heal when you need it. And it's pretty decent damage for AoE, considering it's what Drain Life used to be. Alright, and now the next set of talents. These ones are all spells you know. Some might be a little bit different. Howl of Terror, it no longer has a cast for anybody. It's instant. And it also has another feature: when you get hit, it reduces your cooldown by 1 second for this spell. So if you're taking a pretty big beating in BG or something, you should have Howl of Terror up a lot. I'm going to jump that one for now. Shadow Fury, exact same spell, exact same graphic. These just have new icons. And Mortal Coil. This is Death Coil. Warlocks do not all have Death Coil now, so you have to pick up this if you want it. I will take it and show you it. It's just slightly different, but it does the exact same thing as Death Coil. Makes your target run for 3 seconds. In horror. Looks a little different. There it is. And it heals you. Alright, the next tree is about damage mitigation. First one is Soul Link. It's the same Soul Link that you know, except it just splits the damage between you and your demon, instead of your demon taking 20%. And it also replaces Health Funnel, which is really weird. I'm not sure if that's going to end up staying like that. So, nothing too special there. The next one is basically, if you remember the Voidwalker Shield, this is Sacrificial Pack. It's going to cut 50% of the pet's HP and give you that as a shield, except it's going to be 300% of the HP taken. So if it takes 50k HP from the pet, it's going to give you 150k Absorb Shield. And Dark Bargain, this is kind of interesting. This is a 3-minute cooldown, and it basically is a damage immunity spell for 10 seconds, but when the 10 seconds is up, 50% of the damage you took during those 10 seconds is going to be given to you as a dot. So it's still better than taking the full amount, and it's not going to be as bursty. Nothing really exciting to show you there, so just read them all. Alright, the next one isn't really have anything specific, but it basically, all these spells convert HP, your own HP, to do something. First one's Blood Fear. It takes 10% of your HP and it makes your fear instant. So it's going to replace your current fear, which is right here. It's going to replace the mana cost by HP, and it's going to just make it an instant spell. So, there you see it. You can still only use it on one target, but it's instant. Next one is basically a channeled spell. I'll learn it so you can see it. It's going to drain 3% of your maximum HP per second and increase your movement speed by 50%, and this is going to last until you make it stop lasting. So, Burning Rush. There you see it. I got a speed buff of 50%. And if you look in the top left, my HP is going down. So that's Burning Rush. And I'll take it off. And the last one is basically like a super Hand of Freedom for Warlocks. It consumes 20% of your maximum health, dispels all magic effects, movement impairing effects, and any loss of control, so any CC that you might have happening. Alright, now for the definitely more interesting one. This is when everybody sees those new demon pets, this is where they come from. Grimmer of Supremacy. These pets do 10% additional damage, and they have more powerful abilities. So I'll show you these pets, just so you can get a look at all of them. The Imp is pretty similar to the regular Imp. It's got like a little bit of a bigger head and just a whole bigger body all around. He's like almost my height. And Voidwalker, he's going to be rocking some shoulders. He actually, in the first zone, this guy's a beast to tank. He holds all kinds of aggro, and he doesn't take any damage. But in the second zone, he starts taking some actual damage because things hit quite a bit harder. But he's still a really good tank. Alright. Now, Shivara. This is the Succubus. I think she has a really cool attack, so I'm going to try to find it here. Yeah, Mesmerize. She shoots out like a rainbow, so she's like a Care Bear cub or something. So I'll show you that. Oh, I guess I can't show you it because the target's immune. But anyway, this is a channeled rainbow. It's, if you've ever seen the Rainbow Generator trinket, it's the exact same animation, and it's kind of funny to watch. So that's the new Succubus look. The new Fellhound. This is that floating eyeball thing with tentacles. This is bigger than it's supposed to be because that's a bug. But that's what he's going to look like. Many eyes, many teeth, many tentacles. It also changes the appearance of the Doomguard, which I'm in Affliction, I don't have. The Felguard and the Inferno. I'll show you the Inferno. It's going to put the Felguard on, or the Doomguard on cooldown, but the Inferno looks a lot cooler. So he's like all fiery. And oop, there he is. Much cooler looking. And that's that spell. The next two are less exciting. The next one is Grimmer of Service. It's going to summon a second demon to fight for 30 seconds. Hunters have a similar type ability with their pets. Pretty simple. And the final one is, if you remember back in BC when Destrolox used to sacrifice their demon to give them increased damage, this is something like that, just nowhere near as good. It's a 15% damage boost for 15 minutes, and if you summon a pet, it goes away. So it's nice, I guess, to have if your demon's a liability or if you can't control them really well. And I'll skim over these level 90 ones too. They are all, the first two are 1 minute cooldowns, and they both have passive abilities. So the first one, this is definitely a PvP spell. It causes 30% to an enemy of the damage you're taking. So if you're getting focused, you want to put it on somebody that you're trying to kill. And then when it's not on cooldown, it has a passive ability that anybody who attacks you is going to take 5% of the damage back to them. So you either leave it off and you always have that ability, or you use it when you're trying to burst somebody down, and you're going to have to wait a minute before the passive part kicks back in. And that's Archimonde's Vengeance. Next one's Kill Jaden's Cunning. This one is going to allow you to channel and move at the same time, except it's going to have some pretty big penalties. So yeah, when you use the 1 minute cooldown portion of it, it's going to let you just channel anything, no penalty for 10 seconds. And then the passive version is it still lets you channel while moving, but all your channels are 50% longer, and your movement speed is reduced by 30%. So, and that doesn't work when it's on cooldown, just like the first one. So it seems a little bit over the top with the passive. Like I wouldn't want to use that personally. And then the last one seems a little bit off compared to the first two. Manoros Fury, it just increases your AoE, area of effect range, or all your spells by 200%. I guess I'd take that for any sort of raiding when there's a lot of AoE going on. And yeah, that was your Warlock talents. And hopefully I can get the Warlock spell up soon, and thanks for watching everybody. If you like, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.